aban bɛyɛ wɔtwe ɛwɔ mo campus so sɛ na bɛyɛ yɛbɛpagya school no yɛfiri aban mu ɛna aka baby yɛsi kɔduru yɛ saa 8 projects no na sɛ mekɔ hɔ baby yɛsi kɔduru yɛ no ɛhɔ ana aka nti yɛka kyerɛ chief imam sɛ yɛba yɛbɛsom biom ne yɛwie ne nyinaa sɛ na bɛyɛ yɛbɛtumi ayɛ afei so Hajj village no yɛde tent ɛna ayɛ na yɛyi free baby ana ɛwɔ yɛde aba airport hɔ baby na ohwɛ yɛ 2020 manifesto mu a yɛtwerɛ sɛ yɛba yɛbɛsi the permanent ɛnyɛ tent biom ɛbɛyɛ ade a ɛsi hɔ a ɛyɛ dan ɛnso nansi amete yɛ baby a Hajj village no wɔ nnɛ MPP aban atɔn asase no
Yemfa yɛse ɛnyɛ adwuma wɔ ha na mmom yɛfrɛ ne yɛbisa aseɛ ne yɛhu asɛm no si berɛ Mr. Speaker Manoko
Safa safa lisiza simnyama Iwa safa
Lisiza saba
Yamula mo
Anijana niko Kalisa
Wendalewe modo Safa safa lisiza simnyama Iwa safa
Lisiza saba
Yamula mo
Anijana niko Kalisa
Wendalewe modo Safa safa lisiza simnyama Iwa safa
Lisiza saba
Alamula mo
Anijana niko Kalisa
Wendalewe modo
Kessben. 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 Kessben.
Yemfa yɛse ɛnyɛ adwuma wɔ ha na mmom yɛfrɛ ne yɛbisa aseɛ ne yɛhu asɛm no si berɛ Mr. Speaker Manoko
Checking your time is about 8 minutes of science. And Ray, once again, good evening to you across the country. And you must welcome on board on Election Avenue on 92.9, 93.3, Kessben Television live across the country. On Election Avenue, on the eve of Election Day in the Republic of Ghana. A wonderful evening to you across the country. Na and Ray, Emma Munina, Joe, Emma Munina, Kwame. That's right. And Tiamba with all the reportage across the country. And anyway, we'll bring you up to speed with the latest things happening in our republic. Anyway, and come 9 after 8. But you're joining you live on Kessben TV show on Facebook Live as well. Kessben FM 92.9 and Ray Ubenya your live streaming in Ano and in a few hours time, Ghana will be heading towards the pole. To be Atuaba, and it's decision time in our republic. And we just here with us now. We'll bring you the latest and good. So, sir, at exactly 8:30, the new patriotic party from the campaign office of Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia will be speaking to the press. Woman is for Bekasa, and we'll take you live there to pick for you that particular press conference. Now, say, yeah, because electoral commission, she say, yes, I say, what we no and will be tracking up on the EC's effort in organizing a very free, fair, credible, and transparent election for the Republic of Ghana.
Kessben.
And to stay with us, I will be coming to you more once again. Now, I don't pay your name.
Kessben. Kessben.
Today for Edin Komo, now over 4,000 election observers and Akodeo are spreading across the country. So, yet I said we made one more assembly up together with over 40 civil society organizations, including the Trade Union Congress and the Ghana Medical Association and the Kofi Annan Peace Keeping Training Center. And we'll be there. Now, I think you share the collation of a year.
Kessben.
And it's civil societies. I do I can send you busy according just here with us. You have more live updating now watching me at home.
Kessben.
For all the top stories and bring any 11 minutes after 8. Now, say yeah, because President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, His Excellency, ahead of China Etime addressing the nation in a broadcast one more a year live on Facebook, and it will bring you snippet of it. Now, I feel what me and Omanpenyi Aweshe or my money well ahead of China polls, the speech, at the Bebro Shortly, tracking a year all the presidential aspirants. His Excellency, the former president, John Dramani Mahama, said, Tamale are all headed towards Bole, na Ochina no pa wetimi atonaba ewo as well. Dr. Bawumia is doing same, sir, Wale. Ochina obetime akaste the ballot ewo. The new patriotic party has set it up ewo a year. The national campaign office for the flag bearer of the party and then the party in general. NT Enumere Yanu Bedin Komo from the camp of the new patriotic party. Medical Kachel said at exactly 8:30, one more Ebeye press conference from the campaign office. NT Yadisa press conference Ninginano at the Bebrel Live and Kessben FM. So as well on Kessben 93.3, Moa Motie across the country and Ninginano Ma Yenamwase. But to begin with, Ma Yenko na Yentie President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, his address to the nation ahead of Ochina Abatua Yegina Yedi Yeho Ekwa Kurum. Ma Yentie Omanpenyebra.
Fellow Ghanaians,
Kessben.
I've come into your homes again this evening because tomorrow, Saturday, December the 7th, we shall be going to the polls to elect a new president of the Republic and members of the 9th Parliament to run the affairs of the country. Since I have come, fellow Ghanaians, I've come into your homes again this evening because tomorrow, Saturday, December the 7th, we shall be going to the polls to elect a new president of the Republic and members of the 9th Parliament to run the affairs of the country. Since I have come to the end of my constitutionally sanctioned tenure of office as president, as has also the 8th Parliament. This will be the 9th successive time we shall be discharging this sacred civic duty of voting to choose our leaders since the onset of the Fourth Republic 32 years ago. It gives me great joy that we now have generations of young Ghanaians who take elections and voting to choose our leaders as a regular, commonplace part of life. Indeed, they take it for granted. That surely is a sign of a nation that has attained maturity and self-confidence and should give us reason to be proud. It gives me great personal satisfaction to have been part of those who fought of us to achieve this right. But we should never forget that the flame of freedom needs to be protected and constantly refueled. Elections are at the heart of a democracy, and we qualify to be counted amongst mature democracies after 8 successful elections. It is not surprising that our country is held up as a beacon of democratic stability in Africa. We should be justly proud of this and do everything we can to protect and uphold this status. As is usual with us, the campaign period has been characterized by colorful, loud, and intense activities all over the country. But that period is over, and I believe the arguments have been made and the messages have been delivered. We've also had a last quiet day of reflection before the polls open tomorrow morning. We have good reason to be proud of the Electoral Commission, the body that is charged with running our elections. Today, it is a much more efficient and transparent institution that we are all ready to entrust with the responsibility of delivering a free, fair, and transparent election that will truly reflect the will of the people. I urge all of us to cooperate with the electoral officials to do their work and ensure that we can all be proud of having added another notch to the list of successful elections we have held. The security agencies, led by the police, have also made all the relevant deployments and preparations that will guarantee the peace, law, and order of the nation prior to, during, and after the election. Let us all cooperate with them to ensure that the election is conducted in an atmosphere devoid of intimidation and violence. Let us go and cast our ballots in peace and dignity and in an environment of tolerance and mutual respect. Please remember that we have a reputation to maintain as a nation of peaceful elections and to cement our ranking as a developed democracy. Each one of us should go out and do his or her duty to ensure a peaceful and prosperous Ghana and vote freely for your preferred candidate. Do this in peace and dignity. It is an individual and collective responsibility. Go and vote. You owe it to Ghana and to yourself. I thank you for your attention, and may God bless us all and our homeland Ghana and make her great and strong.
Kessben.
And that is President Akufo-Addo, His Excellency Nana, speaking to the nation in his address, making sure, sir, the goodwill message as I the Maying and what to me at the my acknowledging the fact is Ghana for Amana Kwenya Manabe Somo Mai and Fiangotia Echemwe. Now, he's admonishing us. The security forces are much more than ready. Say Womobetimi Abobai. And that is President Akufo-Addo speaking to the nation in that address. 90 minutes after 8 now. And then Okwa Santemantemwa, there was an event now the NDC was scheduled to have done a press conference led by the national organizer of the party, Ora Joseph Yamin. In that press conference, Menteme who ase kakra ekokopie mo ewo ho ma yentie eno na yenhwemra. Whilst we monitor the NPP's press conference at around 8:30. Ma yentie mra.
Anything we want, as far as the peace of this country is concerned. You bear with the last drop of our blood. If Mujana Bakuka comes, we defending the victory of the NDC, Ghana, John Mahama, in this coming election. The IGP. The election in IGP. And IGP, my assurance is enough men to handle the situation. So IGP should prove by handling the situation. Me I catch the CDS in the crop for say me papa is soldier ni wakwa soldier atade no ana amanfo de anigye and then ni what's out and the CDS and the Ghana Army Commander currently and the soldier phone thing say ni monyamro e ba o mama mo kwa ma MPP for you soldier no and the idea omo ani o ma so o china asumdue ni o man mu a soldier for pay o kwaje no 15 and it was sorry in our make sure say or moment ah we knew one that work from warrior nemo before we be into but if they fail to do that now before to feel say or and yeah, we have prepared yourself because we'll be boy everybody. Put this a 2 out to our left there was so because he did 3 right and yeah. And Musa baby a big friend. But the point there said your multimedia to Ukra. And she will to and wait and a year can't. But when I get yeah, and for 2 about you to be executive. Say, I'm the boy, it's a farmer, born in it's a 4D.
Safin wa join here Kessben 92.9, Kessben 93.3, Kessben TV live across the country, election avenue, and they broad live. Now, of course, this is your election destination. NT Edumre, stay with us. Now, will end in combo. We need Kwame Appiah Kubi, Mr. Speaker. I'm highly grateful for your time once again. Now, George Kwate, a member of the New Patriotic Party's communication team, Edumre Watsanase in the studio. George, good evening. As you're saying. Maybe come on.
Yes, I don't hear that so
very well. Mame Emma a year Minia Solomon. I don't know Mano Aquaba. Zolo?
Yeah, Conto. Mr. Speaker.
Majo?
I dear me who?
Kessben.
No, watch a pa.
You lose away, Medio.
Better be ready. And Chinabeji to me, we are. Obefa.
Would you to me, or should
I tell me by this time now. results last started bana emwaye de
I see.
na abana parking in yoma ko fado yi hu TV so bio one bawmia na alana take over na ebe fe
mo college center wa mo campaign office mo baby I mean ye follow mo up ni nyina we
nyina ya adwuma airport ya adwuma abelegbe ya adwuma all the regional coalition centers so ya adwuma
okay
all is set
for Afro-Frontal movement for change.
Yes.
Okay. Solomon Owusu, a member for a movement for change. Numre wa joining here live in the studio. Mamima, the former member of parliament for La Dade Kotopon, the Honorable Ni Amasana Mwale, lawyer, counsel. Good evening.
Good evening.
Important to say. You're always looking fresh.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
I'm ready for much now. A few hours more to go.
Definitely. Ochina, you got to about the message I phone has asumdwe ehun yasin bibia.
Okay.
And the man obi nyana dwen say o de tutu asem basabasa yo. Beba wo mra tutu asem basabasa eni hono. Mesre letter of say. Omo so omo nyom adwuma say omo ye adwuma magana. Ma Ghana say and I say Ghana dwa. Minim say sika no oman no bo be free so e bia de kakra bia won say obi nya 1222 votes na o ye no 12202 votes no na the agent the other agent the president enya sa na papa nya ye na wo nim say enya sa no say me na me president officer na wo tro nya na di basabasa beba na the spark will start from that place to destroy Ghana. So we say, Ubani sa, wuna was she Ghana, wuna was say Ghana. Into Mr.
Kessben.
Ubia nye na femu die. No krena, amanfo to abana omo aka no. Amanfo aka wo police station mo no. Menun dead.
I don't necessarily reflect.
Man fa Moses bi an shame. Men fa ade bi an shame. Mr. That's all what I want.
Okay.
Because
Kessben.
Say, be da. So, una will be cruma. And I will say, Otigana no, we are this year. So, what could be crum da? Me can't a butchery. Me can't West Africa, ya. Would you Cote d'Ivoire, Togo, Nigeria, Nan Nam Crumon. What won't say? Come now, Nam Crapuno. Anything can happen to you. Unyo be man in Kabimao. And yet, yes, so we say da na outafre into Miss Regana for especially the presiding officers and the returning officers. Miss Remwa Munyamapa and Magana. Yamu.
Very well, Ghana here, the Honorable Namwala Masi, Amazanin Namwale Amasa, speaking and pay Edumre. Now, me brought a little bit of data on the current year register yade kwakotuaba adopa. Now, you get to know and get to understand how our figures play out. Now, I feel what is expected. Me projecting in an surely at the amount now yet to me anywhere the whole and come. But join your live on Facebook now. For what training in ano ebra, you're making kind in ano ewo and also at the amount. It is expected we have over 18,774,159 registered voters on the album Ayade Tuaba Ochina Anopa. We'll break it down for you na afe yetimi ama wahu vis-a-vis the buy in 2020 and the yeshe anymore at the Akwakotuaba Anopa no enti expected just in short. So once again, Mema Wakwaba BM say Afe no joining any election avenue Suni on Kessben FM 92.9, Kessben 93.3, and war Asante Mantemo and Nempate Muninano, and Ray O'Shea live, and war Kessben TV so across the country. Say DSTV so now channel 364, Go TV, channel 121, and Afe Oko a year or multi TV Digibox in the Sunsua, and Ray Unya live, live, our Facebook, mo amunyendru fie ni nyina no mo betime ajoin on your phones na mo de madwen training nyina no e de aba on the eve of 7th December 2024. What to expect ahead of the polls nyame adoma from Ochina Anopa 7 a.m. Ekono, how the figures are playing out. We're bringing you some analysis on it. Surely, yabema abedafo ni nyina so etime abemna contributions ni nyina no etime aba. We will look at the vis-a-vis figures are for 2020 and then what actually transpired in 2024 and how figures play out in all the regions, and then putting everything together medical about wamaniese over 18,774,159 registered voters and your war for 2024. But quickly, Mame Emfa won't call a year the breakdown for a year. All the voters are not your war in 2020. As a 2020, as the map of Ghana depicted at the mound. So, Osha voter register your day in 2020. The total registered voters was 17,027,641. And that was the total figure electoral commission Emma Yensa Etime Ekaye. Osha the free more a buyer, the total numbers a buyer for the regional breakdown. Beginning in our at the draw quickly. Now the Western region gave us some 1,187,333 for a year. The Western region. You come to a year the Western North region as at 2020 year kwakotua bado na the total number of registered voters in the Western North region stood at 468,683 for the Western North region. Then you come to the Central region, the coastal belt for our country, and also some 1,567,756. Those were the total registered voters in Central region. Electoral Commission etime capture. Now you come to the almighty Greater Accra, the swing region. As of 2020, we had 3,528,996. The question is that Bibi Assessor are now going into tomorrow's election. Now, after going through all of this, the total figures for 2024 abatwa ye komeno edebe. But now, do not forget, figures are yenya in 2024 the build up of the 2020 register na yewo. In 2024 general registration. What the Electoral Commission say one more organize their friend limited registration exercise. At any point in time, be no first time voters are yen capture wamudin voter register had the opportunity say wamubeko all the Electoral Commission district offices na wamwetimi akwa control wamudin said yebeya wamudin no yebetimi a capture the akadi already existing figures na ewoho from 2020 ebabesi a year 2024. Now this voters register was captured some 6 months. COVID by to a year elections in 2020, and this is how the figures played out. Now in voter region, as of 2020, 924,116 and Electoral Commission etime a capture. Then you come to the OT region, 358,552. Eastern region, MIA 594,610 in terms of figures. The Ashanti region, almighty, the stronghold of the New Patriotic Party, MIA 3,019,000 178 enti eno a figure a buy or the eno a compare Greater Accra vis-a-vis Greater Accra had a little bit more of registered voters in terms of population as ahead of a year the Ashanti region in 2020. Now the question no ebese bibi asesana going into Ochina election and what yenimwe will bring you that of 2024 surely. Then you come to the Bono region 653,378 and no a total registered voters are yetime a capture Ahafo region 316,970 and no was the total number of registered voters. Then you come to a year Bono East in so so Ashanti Bono and then Ahafo Madika Akacho that I say and no a 316,970. Then you come to a year Bono East. I'll get a figure for you shortly. But Savannah region, the green zone, no, Edebabesi, the northern part of the country. Savannah region gave us some 298,404. Now, afe waba a year, the northern belt, northern region itself, 1,050,000 as well as 16. Also for a year, the northern part of the country. Then you come to a year northeast region, 289,529. Now, Afewaba, the upper east, which is 659,317. Upper west was giving us 469,753. And these are official records from the Electoral Commission's own website. And no, the detailed breakdown of a year register yede etoa, but putting everything together, the total number of valid voters year 2020 about to no not year share anymore no said dodo na betimi ato wo aba e de film no was 17,027,641. Now let's come to the real game ahead of Ochina 2024 there no and Satrayeben ana etimi abem. Medical catch on that from our research 18,774,159 Ghanaian voters are registered. So clearly it tells you say a little bit over 1 million registered voters ana ababeka the already existing 2020 register na yewono eho enti Ochina abatua ebaso from 7 a.m. no it is expected say majority of Ghanaians within the valid voters of 18,774,159 ebetimi ekiu akwakoto womo aba. Now we come to the regional polling stations in total Ochina yede to abano stands at 40,976 and that is the total number of a year polling stations as I say Oshe ni mu say Ochina anopa yebebie those polling stations across the country, across all the 276 constituencies. Now, wetimi akaste a year or ballot no Ochina anopa. Now, let's come to a year 2024 voters register and then the regional breakdown. Ubetimi enya. Then we begin with a year Greater Accra. Now, foul pen, any paper. Now, why a tabulation? Now, you will be able to put the figures for yourself. Then we will tell you, baby, a figures no a play out. We will give you the snippet of a year the most populated constituencies in the country. SSA political parties no emma wom attention echo. Greater Accra led one more and a year the most populated in terms of voter register yede to about Ochina 3,765,303. And that is for the Greater Accra region. Don't forget, say Greater Accra region no a swing region. I mean, you talk about in Greater Accra region, it's me echo any of the political parties, followed by the Ashanti region, the strongest hold of the New Patriotic Party, and no 3,295,274. Enti abano year to Ochinano. This is the total number of registered voters. Womo ewo Ashanti region. Followed by the Eastern region, Epoya Mantem, 1,810,421. Ana womo atro womo dia Ochina abatuono womo ebetimi ede womo ho ashim. Then another swing region comes in, the central region. And within the first top 5 regions, the New Patriotic Party have 2 major strongholds, the Ashanti region and the Eastern region. Then you have 2 major swing regions, Greater Accra and then the Central region. Central region now has a total registered voter population of 1,752,165. And no swing region. Any serious political party, this major vote amount a little bit over 4 million. And you need to have to play the numbers game between the Central region and the Greater Accra region. Then you come to the Western region. This time round, Western region, Ababeda number 5. And the top 5, Western region, fit with 1,288,871 registered voters. About to this is it. And we're breaking it down out of the 16, top 5, but in the northern region, which is a green area for the NDC, 1,210,090 registered voters and expected say now I'll tell you something interesting about the figures that play out comparing the happened year in 2020 in the voter region. Now voter region was able to appreciate its numbers in terms of a year. One more intimate capture one. The voter region is now coming in with 1,023,830, and this is the number of Chinanopa yes, but it's a Womubetimi Ato Womwaba in the voter region. Then you come to Upper East. Upper East, a year 741,288. One more enemy Padodoa Omodi Ewo voters register no so Bono region. A blue area for the New Patriotic Party. I will bring you down to the regions, baby, political parties, likely to win. Bono region, 719,916. Then you come to Bono East. Bono East, 672,830. Western North region, a very green area for the NDC, 522,506 and a registered voters are one more voters register no eso. Then in the Upper West region, total registered voters 508,544. Oti region 410,667. Ahafo region 359,284. And those are, numbers. More munim numbers. This is the total breakdown of a year total registered voters. Over Savannah region, 342,431. In the Northeast region, 339,888. Now, why have we here Yama baby green, na Yama baby blue, na Yama baby different colors? Now, every blue corner you see, a regional, the strongest hold of the New Patriotic Party, and then the 2020 presidential result will tell you clearly, baby, NPP major vote ni no every buy. So, if you see the blue colors, then it means that the New Patriotic Party is most likely to win in those particular regions. So you can talk of the Ashanti region, the stronghold of the NPP. In the Eastern region, another stronghold of the NPP. Bono East, NPP will win that particular region ahead of tomorrow's polls per the existing data from a year 2020. Then you come to the Savannah region and also Ewoho. Now you look at the upper, you look at the Greater Accra and then the Central region. It is in gold or yellow and then red. Most likely, these are the swing regions. Then you come to the Western region and then the Akano Enyina. And this is the figures you are supposed to expect ahead of Ochina Abatuono. Now, Richard, Mame constituencies na yemfancy na afi Abidrafono Emrem Ochina Yaba will bring you a total breakdown as well for most of the places. Na ya year comparison no about the reasons here and year kase Greater Accra, I appreciate it a little bit in terms of the figures are onyaye in the 2020 as against the 2024 voters register. Now I'm giving you the topmost 20 strong constituencies highly populated. And so that you get to understand constituencies your both figures now you should be able to understand. Now in the entire Ghana, over 18 million voters registered. So Dome Kwabenya for Anna Edosopa in the Greater Accra region, and it contributes to the reason here Greater Accra the highest in terms of voter population. Dome Kwabenya was able to register 182,644. And that is the topmost open a year constituency a nipa e woma one registered dodopa a Dome Kwabenya Sarah Joseph constituency. Then you come to Ashaiman, 174,633 registered voters, and they expected say Yamiya Duma Ochina Womobetuaba in Ashaiman. The following one no a year Ewutu Senya East, the third most populated constituency in the central region, followed by Amasaman, some 170,371, for Amasaman. Then comes Adentan constituency in the Greater Accra region. So it tells you clearly, Ohe Amasaman, Osha Ashaman, Osha Dome Kwabenya. Then it is telling you clearly, baby, a figures, Doduana Efriba. So clearly, the most populated constituencies, Bebrina so falling within the Greater Accra. If you are a political party and you are winning the Greater Accra, then you should as well make sure that most of the populated constituencies, you will be able to capture a lot of the numbers from there. Then Lejokuku as well, with a registered voter population of 162,058, and Lejokuku coming after Adenta. You come to Medina. Medina is with a total population of 158,918. And medical catcher that say Ofa Nawoshisha within the first top 10 most populated constituencies, the Greater Accra constituencies air dominating more. So it should tell you baby a numbers every air. Then you go to a year K2 South after Medina, 149,000 in the voter region, 155 as well from K2 South. Kwabri East in the Ashanti region comes up with the highest number of population. And the Oko Ashanti region, Kwabri East, Anna Ekura, the most populated number of registered voters. Ochina Wamubetimi Ato Aba. Kwabri East, Ekura registered total population of 146,421. And the Oko Ashanti region, now ye campaign now. Baby, as a lot more of resources, a lot of the vote from there, Kwabri East should be on your topmost list. Amubetimi ama attention. Etimi akoho. That is Kwabri East. Trobo in the Greater Accra comes next with 145,343. Na afewaba the Western region. In the Western region, the most populated constituency Prisia Hwini Valley with 144,226 total registered voters. And Nyasotium Ekita 144,301. Na afewaba Techiman South. Techiman South is with 142,255. And these are most of the populated constituencies. Ochina Nyamiya Adoma. You should be expecting the numbers game. Baby, I drew no political party biano must be sinking in to baby a numbers in the Doduana every ever. Now, the Mabu boss and you ask yourself, baby a NDC a winning, baby a NPP a winning constituency a yes swing a betimi attorney at the Ako baby Takwan as well in the Western region, a 142,050 total registered voters. Bon Katamanso Ekita 136,927. Tema West Ekita 134,600 total registered voters. Then you come to Ablekuma Central with 130,852. La Dade Kotopon, Honorable Ni Amasa Namwale constituency. The 18th constituency in Ghana. Ekita nipadodo pa itimi register. One more ekita 126,503 total registered voters. So it tells you that clearly the top 20 most populated constituencies, majority of them now a center in the Greater Accra region, and then it accounts for the reason why in 2024 total registered voters in the Greater Accra 3,785,303, and this are records of the Electoral Commission per the statistics one more 80 a year after the limited registration exercises a course so ochina no pa say yeba will break it down na yahwe stronghold by stronghold sa analysis ni nyina no aha ana wo benyan will break it down yabehwe Ashanti region as part of nipadodo etimi register ye no esote ana ekosro by which percentage etiba forma by which percentage edientia eba ne sa the differentials are ewom ni nyina no will bring it up to you tomorrow morning, and stay with us na yene wo eni enkomo. This is Election Avenue, and figures are mabubo so dia money nyina no. This is a sum up of it. Maybe yade colors no associating nyina no should also tell you the way seat it play out. It's a traditional seat for the New Patriotic Party, and he already know a blue dada. Oko Ewutu Senya East, it's a blue for the New Patriotic Party. Oba Ashamana for a very long time has been dominated by the NDC. Clearly, and also Ewoho Adentan Eye swing. Ama someone depending on whichever candidate or parties ebe filing etimi eswinge ekobe bia the reason for the swing, but in some time now the NDC has been controlling the Amasaman constituency. Oba eye Adentan swing constituency arguably MPB and honoma wetimi akọ more than 2 terms ewo Adenta in the Greater Accra region. They were womo to womo aba no fedodo because Oba bedi mfie na ya womo sesa na nipa fofraba na Ramadan as against Akosuya battling it out ewo eye Adenta in the Greater Accra region. You come to Lejokuku. Lejokuku has now become a swing constituency. NDC fa na NPP afa. Okoboy was there, but now the NDC MP is there. Woman soon repeat MP until Oko 4 years na yasesa. Now the likelihood say Okoboy Ebesa I stage a comeback. The stakes are very high. Sa constituency a hot spot for Ochina Abattoir ye komi. Now Medina arguably Sorogo Eko Sadiq Abubakar ebaye or ba Wanusu Treviye Anna Xavier Sosuaba. Medina is also gradually becoming a swing constituency as is here say into any major election bianoa. You cannot emphatically say, sir, I have a comfortable seat. I mean, Sorogo Abadu tried, sir, Obe maintaining Medina seat, for the NDC. But I mean, Sadiq Abubakar, etimi Ebabe G seat, Ebabe former Zongo minister and all of that, making Medina another interesting constituency. Here on the lookout for Nyame Adoma Ochina Anopa. Then you come to a year Ketu South, obviously a green. For the NDC, 149,155. Kwabri is a strong NPP constituency. One contested, but there is a new candidate, the New Patriotic Party, a filing a year Kwabri is. Oba a year Trobo, Tantra Hill, and in the enclave, a very comfortable seat for the New Patriotic Party. Christian Valley in the Western region. It's obviously a swing region. NDC at Naswache for a very long time. But Barbara in 2016, Ebeji seat for the New Patriotic Party. In 2020, seat SRCO back to the NDC. Pristia Valley is a very interesting constituency to look out for going into Ochina Abattoir. But they are here. Likely, Ebetimia Swinge Akobebia. Barbara is in the game again, trying to say, Obetimi Aje Pristia Valley seat back. And that is it. And you also to and crying a comfortable seat for the NPP. You come to Techiman South. Techiman South has equally become a very popular constituency because of the C in the 2020 election. The bon crofotio ewo ho court to sem NDC ni se we winning. We are seeing the local government minister, I think deputy Martin J. Mensah Kosa was declared the winner. Another interesting constituency to look out for Ochina election year common. At the end of the candidate with Junior Muma NDC in 2020 is the same candidate one more a filing for the 2024 election. The DNA of year or something like that. And Techiman South is obviously a bit baby. Martin J. Mensah Kosa is still the candidate for the New Patriotic Party. And that is that. Then you come to Takwan Suayim, George Mrekuduka, Deputy Minister in charge of Natural Resources, was cemented constituency for the NPP. And Takwan Suayim has now become a stronghold of the New Patriotic Party. And since time immemorial, a stronghold of the NPP. You come to Pong Katamanso in the Greater Accra region, a green area for the NDC. Tema West, NPP. Ekitemu dada la dadi kotopon obo e swing na ebetimi akọ ba bia na say mo ye comfortable ewo ewo la
the MPP will win.
I see
twice. They have won only twice.
Okay. Interesting. We'll come to that. Remember my guest this was here. And this is our games play out. You come to Tamale South. 123,943. Then Ablekuma North, a comfortable seat for the NPP. And these are the topmost 20 most populated constituencies in Ghana. You can do the counting for yourself based on the political parties, a winning. But the color gold, be on the lookout for it because those are the swing constituencies. A bit to me, any of the political parties, but critically speaking, per the data for 2020, NDC has only 3 major strong constituencies within the top 20 a year constituencies. Then they shoot up to a little bit more of the numbers. And to stay with us, na mincha me hombra, babeja for no atenase, na many more endi and commercially. Mamin Kai will say we are live across the country. Now, the New Patriotic Party is set to do a press conference at our campaign office. Yeah, this our press conference, at the Bebro surely. Maybe is here. It's 58 after 8. I Kessben election avenue live across the country. But what messages in no Embra? You back in kind in be at the amount. Yeah, but the Babedra for no bem na Yashen Kobodiano. I say at least they have a fair idea. Baby, a numbers a play out the constituencies up to the regional levels. Any baby dom do no ewo as per the 20 24 registered voters, and then the register to about anopa in few hours ahead of us. Now, just before I go to my guest, and Minister in charge of Interior, Ura Henry Korte, at the statement about Bonte. So, na statement, Maminkai Emfa Embao Ministry of the Interior announces temporary closure of all land borders ahead of December 7 general elections. Accra, Ghana, December 6th. The Ministry of the Interior has ordered the temporary closure of all land borders as part of the measures to ensure the integrity of the December 7 general elections. This is temporary closure is with immediate effect and ends on 6 p.m. on Sunday, 8 December 2024. The ministry urges all citizens and travelers to and from Ghana to cooperate with the state security agencies enforcing this particular directive. And that was signed by the Honorable Minister for Interior, Ura Henry Korte, Member of Parliament for Ayawaso Central, and Wadesa and Komoi Ede Abba Abonte. But remember George Kwatin, so now Minshas here in fairness. So, George, Majo Ebia. Your party is set to do a press conference, and one more shot here, your campaign office now you're picking it live. But you've seen where the numbers are coming from. More preparation so far as a party. Nina no at saying.
Amenda was na mintia abidwafo.
Kessben.
Me aminu solo is here yache. Why Kessben? Kessben abani koye ma.
Amamo futa dasi.
Aminu numbers out there are very interesting. So we will be more political animal. You must be very interested in these numbers.
Yeah.
Because and people said the numbers don't lie. Now we share some of the regions,
Okay.
Now me share how the MPP opposition in terms of the selection of their presidential candidate.
Okay.
And also play very critical role because we share the regions like CC and Northeast. Abeye MPP is a stronghold. We and you say for when it's kakra one fan count. Northeast Abeye MPP stronghold. Now the election we interesting is say so Obekaya 2020 elections no. MPP lose to Greater Accra.
Yeah, but still won the general election.
And it was the first time it been Ghana say political party be lose to Greater Accra utumi win election. Now we share our 2020 results no so.
Kessben.
The results are MPP and Ashanti region in Kwan. A council 7 regions. 7 good regions so a council nina. Now share numbers are Ashanti region umuma 3,295,274. We share these numbers we. Now the eastern count. Now the Bono count. Now the half count. Now the northeast count. Now the western region be count. Meaning a very, very interesting. Now, me share voter region. This time around, I'm PJ Mukakra. I'm 1,023,830. I'm also a PJ Mukakra. But election, we know, very interesting because maybe the Mihun is a better constituency based elections. Ubi a ube to me a winning constituency more no. Ube to me Edim Kunim Abatui. Na we share said the parties in our bond to we share the response. Obekaya tema yebeshe campaign and say somewhere last year. Na MPP cried na man I write it off. With a comment be cry from NDC from penny for. He be crack as the MPP the omo to abeyi Dr. Baumia campaign cry no. Enya dia ombeyebi. Enunti no man write MPP off. But we share from January almost started campaign BC now me no can say yeah. This is the first time I hear elections are. A day I hear to opposition into me can say we win elections. First time. A BC Ghana now. Because opposition then can win election 3 months later can win. But this is the first time. Now the ama we munina bane say as at today Say NDC will be truthful to themselves. Omo njini sa abatu mbedi nkuni. Isan says so share from 1992 sa peace accord and a peace park na the BIS sign. Abreni na no opposition party no and a call for. Isan say no fees of opposition no be wini a. E was so ma government a committee. Say government in committee not just a wini a what me aye handing over na their man peacefully. But we share this year na anya sa the opposition party rather and a resistance there on person be sign sa peace park no and peace accord no. Nowadays some 20 constituencies being so tuja.
Yeah.
We share numbers now share the year blue now share the year green. It gives MPP hope. It gives MPP hope. Now share the way and to abundance wako. Look at the two candidates. Omo messages.
Mame mwa George. Na me break it way down. Emma yani ya TF1 nyina. I have told you, sir. I have done the graphs, but I don't know. Nan kami nibe watch na nopa. But I will help you for the sake of conversation. I have you know over 18 million registered population. I voters registered. No. In the NPP stronghold, Ofa Ahafo region, Ashanti region, Bono, Eastern, Western, okay, what they become Western because analysis, out of the 8 consecutive elections, I don't see the Western region now as a swing region because NPP has won that region a lot of times. And then as well in the recent past 2020 elections, but the Western no ebeka the NPP stronghold in 2024. So 2024 voter population in NPP strongholds Ahafo, Ashanti, Bono, Eastern, Western, okay, Manfa, Savannah, Nedia Walker no anka. But enono kwa akra no oputi figures need together 473,766. O compare in 2020 na put together it stood at 6,858,388. And arguably voter population ecosro in the NPP's stronghold. Now the question is that in terms of rates, okay, in the stronghold of the NPP areas, there was a little bit an appreciation of 8.9%. Then you come to the NPP share of the national voter population. Arguably, okay, or compare figures, there is a little bit of decrease. Decrease not because of Ashanti region, but in terms of the other regions. The Omotimi capture on the voter roll, there were a little bit of decrease or compare figures to that of 2020 data. What you say? And that is what is happening. Now it reflects say uputi ninina together between 2020 and 2024 NPP strongholds a shortfall or a loss of 75,093 in terms of voter population. Ashanti region their numbers but the other regions comparatively or compare their bar a year 2020 and 2024 NPP strongholds lusu by 75,000 in terms of voter population. You do now more lisua memo on so strongholds said the figures play out. And mamintio.
Eti oshe yewode atudwe
yeah.
Na yen strongholds krampo a onfa northeast in kan ho ya.
Yeah.
And no krampo no amount 7 million. Now, yen share region like northern region. Mm-hmm. The northern region will be very interesting.
I see.
So
northern region.
So Kaya, CCA kita majority seats in northern region.
I think you are leading the NDC by 1 seat.
Yes.
Yes.
And the northern region, I don't see us losing the northern region.
I see. This time round.
I've been in the region, my third region for the past 2 years in northern region. When you compare the two candidates,
okay.
Dr. Baumia is from north.
Mm-hmm.
John Mahama also from north. But the question is, John Mahama abe president da. Obedi president da. Na obedi president no. The people of northern region no. Na juma oye no ewo ho. Umuhu say ejuma we eno ye.
Kessben.
And Dr. Baumia so no ono obedi vice president for 8 years. Ono so de waye no ho no eno so ewo ho. And now to Abama Dr. Baumia, ubetumi 8 years president. And as Otoma John Mahama, ubenya only 4 years. So you can't take that thing out. So person here analysis in the northern region. You are no free more, ube mistake. Because it's between 8 and 4. And between 8 and 4, no, it's a big debate in our northern region. So whether they should go for 8 or they should go for the 4. Now, yemfa no so ntonchen. Yehwa omu nyina ko school e wo Tamale. Tamale na go numbers no. Omu na wo numbers no. But uhwe the MPP constituencies in the northern region, the constituencies are to Abama MPP. In terms of development, even constituencies are no more to Abama MPP that come to Abba. In terms of development in those constituencies, and no, and the Bema omu neighbors nakasi no. We must say omu nsano. Yehu ABCD and nothing. You follow omu anase. Am I follow?
Obi said the message say I come make 2 Souths on fire. Per your figures. Judge with you.
And the northern region will be very, very interesting. Now, Greater Accra is swing.
Okay. Judge, Dr. Bawumia will be speaking at one more press conference. That's here. Say Oba, I will just cross over now. Yetimi applicate the press conference. But it was
right. Greater Accra, no, we share the constituencies are a highest vote in Greater Accra. And yet the entire region, there's some targeted constituencies, about 10 constituencies, and they push Greater Accra vote in this. So we a political party. That's a person who winning numbers in Greater Accra. You need to focus on those constituencies. When you focus on those constituencies, even so, want to me and you crumple out to me, maintain and I say, to me slow down the. Who slow down? If your votes are ube lusu honoma, a beboa will be brave. And for me, sitting down here, numbers ashim, I calculations ashe, I be to. I don't see NPP losing this election.
Okay. You don't see the NPP losing this election. Main crossing over to the campaign office of the New Patriotic Party. Dennis Miracle Abuaji, spokesperson for Vice President, Dr. Alhaji Mahamoud Bawumia. He's speaking to the nation. Ma Yentieno, Embra.
DC and the Akachu. These over 23,000 ballot papers he had, which he says are dummy ballot papers, are headed towards Togo for voter education, and that he was going to educate voters in Bodo, which is in Togo. He also told the he also had an additional 20,000 in all. Now this is a very worrying situation. Worrying in the sense that there are few questions that needs to be answered with this incident. First of all, why would an NDC constituent secretary, have in his possession so much ballot papers in the first place? What's the intention, especially on the eve of elections? We are voting 2-3 days to elections. Why are you holding so much ballot papers under the guise that you are going to use a voter education? Secondly, why was he transporting these ballot papers from Ghana into Togo? I'm sure you all clearly understand what the issue is. This is a Ghana elections. Why are you moving ballot papers from Ghana all the way into Togo? And then, of course, why should citizens of Togo receive voter education on an election that is happening in Ghana? Why should the NDC secretary in the Akachu North constituency worry himself a day or two to the election day transporting ballot papers to Togo to go and educate voters in Togo? That is of very, very, very much concern to all of us. It's very important to reiterate the point that this election is for the people of Ghana. It's for the citizens of this country. And no foreigner, nobody from any other country apart from Ghana has the right to cast his or her vote in this elections. That is not allowed. And it's very important for us to make this a point, especially to our friends and our brothers in our neighboring countries, Togo, especially, who have been lured to register in our elections, that yes, you may have been lured to get your registration done, but trust us, you are not going to get to cast your vote. And so the caution is that do not be motivated to leave your country and enter Ghana in an attempt to cast your vote tomorrow. As we speak, we have directed all our polling station executives and all our party people to be firm, vigilant, and ensure that not a single non-Ghanaian, not a single foreigner is able to cast his or her vote. We've always raised these concerns that we should allow the people of Ghana to exercise their franchise and their franchise only. This is not the only worrying incident happening, especially by the NDC and the Volta region. Yesterday, on 5th December, the Ghana Police Service interrogated the Electoral Commission officer from Afajato South constituency in the Volta region, again the NDC stronghold, who was caught transporting ballot papers and other official documents in a private vehicle without any police security or escort. And the Electoral Commission, of course, has issued a statement, and this official statement says that the EC officers must only, and they are only supposed to transport these electoral materials in official EC vehicles and escorted by the police. It's quite worrying that these things seems to be happening a lot more in the Volta region, the NDC stronghold. And I'm sure our friends from the media are also wondering how they on daily basis, in fact by the minute, are raising such concerns and such issues. We a few hours ago saw the former president issue a statement, talk so much and attack so much the Electoral Commission, but he failed. He failed in the entire attack to reference this incidents and activity in his stronghold. Since this incident, we have neither received further details regarding what is happening to this officer who works with the Electoral Commission and what sanctions the Electoral Commission is actually meting out to him. And we are very much interested in keenly following exactly what is happening. All Ghanaians, all of us citizens, must consider these incidents very, very alarming and ensure that wherever we find ourselves, we heighten our vigilance, especially in areas where these things are happening. And like I said earlier on, we have asked every single MPP person in these areas to be vigilant and be firm, and we're going to ensure that we protect the integrity of these elections at all costs. It appears the NDC clearly wants to manipulate the voting in their stronghold, especially the Volta region, where they consider as the World Bank, and the fact, or the Volta World Bank, and the fact that they have to transport voter ballot papers all the way to Togo. Transporting voter ballot papers all the way to Togo on the eve of our elections is a very worrying situation, and most especially with the intention, as confessed by the secretary of the NDC in the Akati North constituency, with the intention to train non-Ghanaians on how to vote in our elections. This is a very, very worrying situation, and clearly shows that the NDC, they clearly know, they have been aware for a very long time that they are going to lose these elections. After months of complacency, after months of laziness and not giving the Ghanaian people any credible alternative, they realize that they are losing these elections, and they are committed to using any illegal means to ensure that they subvert the will of the people. But we in the New Patriotic Party would not allow that to happen, and we are sending this caution especially to people they would want to lure to support them in these illegalities. Clearly, the hard work of Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia and the MPP, of course, has made a very, very lasting impact in the Volta region. The numerous developments, the huge impact of our interventions in the region is made a very, very strong indication there, and that is obviously making the NDC uncomfortable, and the reason why they are resorting to some of these unnecessary and disturbing tactics. In the light of these events, we are calling on the EC to be vigilant throughout the country, as we are asking for a very free and fair elections across the country, and we are committed to supporting our stakeholders in ensuring that we have free, fair elections tomorrow. We are requesting that the EC provide the people of this country full details of the offending electoral commission officer from Afajatu South, who was caught in this gross misconduct and breach of trust, and ensure that the necessary sanctions are firmly applied. In addition, we are asking the Ghana Police Service to provide the status report on their investigation of the NDC secretary who was caught with over 20,000 ballot papers in his possession, with the intention of going to Togo through an illegal route to train Togolese to come participate in our elections. Clearly, it's been over 24 hours and it's becoming a bit uncomfortable to us that we are yet to receive any updates on this particular incident, at least an official communique from the police. We expect that the security agencies will be more vigilant across the country, especially in the monitoring of these things, so that Ghana's elections will not be tampered with or manipulated. We also ask the Ghana Immigration Service, as we commend them, to increase vigilance across our borders and to ensure that non-Ghanaians are not smuggled into Ghana to vote. Clearly the intentions is there, and we have to do everything we have to do to ensure that we do not allow that to happen. This election is for Ghanaians, and it will be decided by the Ghanaian people only. We also urge the general public to remain calm, but in remaining calm, let's remain firm and vigilant. We know that we are generally peaceful as a people, and we all want a free and fair elections, and that is what Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia and the MPP is fully committed to. However, it is important to note that obviously based on the incidents that have happened in the past 24 hours, the NDC is worried about the outcome of these elections because of the hard work of Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia and the MPP, and they are clearly intentioned to manipulate these elections in their stronghold, the Volta region. We trust that the security agencies will prevent any further attacks and interference with our processes and outcomes of these elections, and we call on all Ghanaians to come out in their numbers tomorrow. Let's come out in our numbers to vote for Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia and the MPP's parliamentary candidates across the country and deliver an emphatic victory for the MPP. In doing all of these things, let all note that the sanctity and the sanity of the electoral processes of this country would be protected at all costs by the New Patriotic Party, and we are not going to compromise on that under any circumstance. And so it's important that anybody that is being lured or being encouraged or motivated to engage on such illegal activities by the NDC takes note that we are going to deal with this the way all of these things have been dealt with. But we commend the security services for their vigilance so far, especially in these particular incidences, and being able to apprehend these people. Thank you very much for your time. And for our Tree audience, yes, say Nancy Nyama and Kakrebi SC Ewo Voter Region NDC Amayoku Omushe Sumasi Edi Jumedie bi Ewo Voter Region hard drink kakra beye yawode ye twemu ye Ghana Immigration Service eche NDC Constituency Secretary owo Akachi North Constituency I friend Abraham Ahebu na Abraham ekura ballot papers nko beye 23,000 na ode ko Togo na immigration for chain no mututo na no de oka ye say on the ballot papers no ko Togo na wakoko trainee Togo for ekwa ye faso ye to aba e hadwen esane say de dikan e de na be ma NDC secretary owa Akachi North ebe was sa ballot papers dodo we e won ho a osanso e de ewura bebi fufuro ye tosu mienu adwen be na woni trim enti a wafa ballot papers a ode e ko Togo na dwen pone say ono anenu muton say okwakọ cheche Togo for say na esi to aba akada ba ko anada mienu a ye ba beto aba e wo Ghana ebiom adenti ene fa Togo fo ho say ye ba beto aba enti a ebema NDC secretary etukwan akọ Togo okompo anfa border ofa akwan a emrama ho kwan say ye befa so ena ode ekwakọ wura Togo kokwa ye bo Togo fo nyina ne say aba ye to na kira no e Ghana fo aba sɛ wonya Ghana ni a wontumi ntubi enti sempo sɛ NDC for be dada o e na obe register here wabra here registration na fatu tim sɛ MPP amayokuo ye ma ho kwan e ma wonto abayi bi e wo man yi mu a wonye Ghana ni ya hye MPP fo e wo voter region nyina sɛ ye ma yeni nda ho ne engyina ho pintin obi obebe bi a onye Ghana ni a ya wo evidence e kyese onye Ghana ni of Togo no yesi na no kwan cause clearly no dia esini kyerɛ sɛ NDC fo si omutimu po a me no kasa yi ɔman yɛ ɔman dwen so ɔmo de Togo fo ɛba bɛto aba ɛwɔ ɔman we mu dia tosu mienu on the 5th of December ɛyɛ ndure ye twem ye yi afaja to electoral officer ɔwɔ constituency nim a ɛsɛ sɛ ɔde electoral materials ballot papers ɛne document ɛsɛ ɔde kɔ constituency nim mbra ne sɛ wokɔ a ɛsɛ ɔde police for ne electoral commission for car ɛna ɛkɔ ɔkɔ no wɔamfa police ne ndi n'akyi wɔamfa official electoral commission vehicle ɔno ane car ɛna ɔde nɔɔma no egum no ɔno anko anam ɛna okura ballot papers a ɛkyena yɛde ba bɛto aba no ɛna ɔde nam deɛ ɔde ayɛ yɛ nim sɛ ɔde ne nsa aka ballot papers yɛ nim deɛ ɔde ballot papers akɔfa yɛ nim sɛ ɔyi bi efirim sɛ ɔde bi aka ho nyame adom police for abɔ mɔden abɔ adwuma ama me no kasa yi police for de ɔmo nsa yɛ den asɔ ne mu yɛbɔ police for aba so na mmom yɛsrɛ sɛ Ghana fo nyinaa ɛbɛhia sɛ ɔmo bɛhu deɛ akɔakɔsi beebi a asɛm no akɔakɔsi na electoral commission yɛbɛsrɛ mo na mo de aberanteɛ a yi a ɔyɛ adwuma wɔ mo hɔ yi a wafɔ mo mbrɛ yi mama mbra ɛne na yɛ den edi deɛ ɛka nyinaa ne sɛ NDC foɔ aba bɛhu sɛ abatoɔ no ɔmo di nkukuo na ɛkwan bi ɔmbɛfa so a ɔmo de basabasa yɛ ɛne enuamɔ ho nsɛm ne nneɛma a ɛnsɛ fata ɛbɛba yɛ abatoɔ nim no ɔmo ayɛ ɔmo adwene sɛ ɔmo de bɛba especially nkankan ɛwɔ voter region bea a ɔmo adwene mu no ɛhɔ ɛne beebi ɔmo ahoɔden soronko yɛ den ɛwɔ yɛgyina yɛn nan so pintin ɛnyɛ adeɛ ɛbɛma ho kwan na deɛ di kan wo a wonyɛ Ghana ni bia bɛto aba wɔ ɔman wei mu ɛnyɛ adeɛ ɛbɛma ho kwan so na Ghana mbra yɛde yɛ adwuma no NDC fo atoto nase yɛ mma basabasa yɛ bia ɛmba abato a yɛba bɛto yi mu Dr. Mahamudu Bamia ne MPP aban MPP aman yokuo yɛtu yɛn wasi wɔ egyina wɔ sɛ asomdwe nko a na yɛn nyinaa yɛbɛyɛ na yɛahwɛ ama yɛabato na yɛ den akɔsi enti nneɛma a NDC fo ɛhyehyɛ ɛwɔ voter region ɛnɛ adwumaden a yɛbambɔfoɔ ɛyɛ nti etumi apɔ ɔmo ho ntoma no obi afa nto ne ti mu sɛ abambɔfoɔ a ɛwɔ Ghana ha bebia saa na ɔmo nyinaa gyina ɔmo nan so ɛnyɛ adeɛ a nipa baako mpo ebenya ho kwan na ɔde basabasa yɛ sɛ anaasɛ nneɛma ho nsɛm bia aba abatoɔ yi a yɛto no ɛkyena no ɛho yɛma obi a otu kwan bia yɛbɔ mpa yɛata obi akyi si yɛn nyinaa yɛn bɔ yɛn ho mɔden ne yɛn ka yɛn ho mbom na yɛn to aba ma Dr. Mahamudu Bamia ne MPP ama yokuo no na enyuma pa a yɛahyɛ ase yɛyɛ no yɛn to aso na mmom yɛyɛ no yɛbɛsrɛ sɛ yɛwɔ Ghana baako pɛ nti yɛmfa akoma baako adwen baako ne asomdwe yi ɛnto yaba medamase bebree
7 minutes after 9, Ahaya Kessben 92.9. We are live on Kessben 93.3. Kessben Television, live across the country. Say, we are live at DSTV. So on the eve of Election Day in the Republic of Ghana, Election Avenue is coming straight to your doorstep and then straight to your bedrooms. And stay with us now. Yema, the latest happening ahead of Ochinanopa. Abatua yeko akwako remono mabedwa fo ni nyina no ewa ha what is Miracle Dennis Abuaje spokesperson edema Dr. Alhaji Mahamudu Bawumia candidate and vice president of the NPP wono edi enkomo from a year the campaign office of the New Patriotic Party na ni nyina ne tofa bomu ana wode amaya me ba George so na wode na no asi ansana mako eye solo ene lawyer Namwale. So George, for one see mommy, your first press conference ahead of tomorrow.
Say
Kessben.
Say yenya start ready. Ebeba November. Isi na gasa be declare. Na say dear ma, me director of Speaker, we director of communication for the Baumia campaign and yes, spokesperson.
Okay. And you director of communication for the Baumia campaign. Okay.
We are cover we in by allegation be a former president who are raising the Facebook page. Sometimes I am na mpanyimfo asebi omadi oman no animuda. So mo keka nsem bi anyina so bia ne so. No mo keka ne keke gum framam no mo kwa. Ye besre se ya na emfata. Isan se ade ya wo pe what na order. Enu nti if uhu bibi na se bi kura enye a at least wo ho akwanya bebre a obetumi aka.
Okay.
But ubetugu keke no evidence. Uwie pe na akotena obabi dwene ho a na esa so emwa. Enu nti ye besre no se yisi no eye na adwuma.
Okay.
Yisi no so no enye ono kwa na akwhye dem. Oni all the various political parties ni nyina na eye adwuma. Se bi gidie nti ena ye nyina ye yi agent se ade bia yisi ni beye bia no on fi nani no wonhwe. Enu nti so wan fi wani na wanhwe na obetena social media eti ayampia. Enu no de obia no won ma obesu bia ma. Enu nti fi wani few days akai few hours impo enye days fi wani na hwe na nya de obia be sizi se obia ba wia abemu Ghana obia nya adwene se bia so obi wia be e ya bato na ye na adwenkyere so na ye kwa akokire ene ye yi obia obedi Ghana nim obia na oba be wia be mu bia e wo Ghana ase.
But as George Kwachin, a member of the NPP's communication team, Mamembra Solomon Owusu, as a member of a movement for change, na mintie one also. Solo. From the figures to the press conference, preparation for Ochinanopa.
First of all, press conference and the one year cranky because me huni tini huni night. Okatre se afadia too. Electoral officer be at the car. Akotna private car moi. Now I sabe catch the police achi ni panwa. Say unim the total number of ballots at the call. And the bar now say police need to be brief here. In fact, the new patriotic party was a brief here. But the police now would you say or match a brantiano. And also brief here say your coach and what tamper with BB near who's a neutral person. And yes, you just want to create confusion in the atmosphere. And it I disagree with the all come. The woman say all the figures now or the two
yeah.
And then the mammy crashes say Alan will win this election. Now so election we so special on its own. Would say this is the first time NPP and NDC near ever two candidates are every the northern part of the country.
Yeah.
And it the statistics now. Uraba umia every north east meboa north east omne kuta the least numbers when it comes to
the population
exactly. And interestingly ufri wano aba savannah so and what it means they say omumie nuni nyina from their own home ranges no omo numbers no intimi ma omo nya president.
Okay.
Yes. Not just said they would need the other regions. Now the reason why NPP Ashanti region are almost stronghold from 1992 no, and they say NPP predominantly an Akan party. It used to be an Akan party.
Kessben.
Candidates really do omunyina Professor Edu Wahe no ya Akani, K Kufuor ya Akani, Nana Kufuor ya Akani. And until now, to maximize the votes from the Akan areas.
Okay.
It's answer Akan for no interrelated. Ubi year your friend is saying Ubi war Chebia the Bushian for near Joseph for any offense for. So I say the same to Omunia found source every for mena and ya Vemoa de Abba. But interestingly, this time no, you cannot say sang of where NPP candidate here Umfra Kamemi Obetia Ghana that much needed votes from their candidates.
Why do you make such an analysis?
I'm telling you, some of my campaign was Santimantemwa, and I know the kind of campaign I had from 1992. That was it. And it was more than 80, 50, 80, 60, you know, at no more 25, 30. As you would tell me, the question you ask yourself you say Ura Mahmoud Bawumia I can prove no free. That's the first question.
I don't know, does not take away the fact you say you're Ghanaian, right? It's regardless of maybe of the beauty of
America. What they are banning your couture, and yet you're moving Kawano, and yet as some of America, dear baby, send your son to a banker, MPP penny for Safwa du Momon Ganji, some issues of Yanka and Guesa Campino. Not our relevance. Now, religion also plays a very key or crucial role in our elections. You can't take it. You bet my your friends kukwasa sir. Once again, you are talking about a country yet predominantly a Christian country. Yakubu is a Pentecost for who preaching the church.
Kessben.
And also will play a major role in this election.
Election way.
A major factor. And until I'm ready, you tell some penny a cassa sophobia cassa. Me and Tuabama Muslimini. One to Mampeni go for this worker. And I want to say
our platform.
Yes, because on very well say a key in this election. Why do you think they work for the cassa the battle is the loss? No one cassa the battle is Alice. It was to tell the 71, 72 population, Christian population, something. But you make you play the ostrich rule.
Play rule, yeah.
But at the end of the day, I don't play rule. No. Short must say. And it is sad idea we also work it here, Ura Bawumia. Now, a tier one, a tier no pie, the Alan factor. The Alan factor in this election.
Alan Chematin factor were about you.
It is so crucial. I'm telling you. It is a higher MPP strong than Mr. In the previous elections, who base your argument on yes, but don't forget that in those previous elections also there was no Alan.
Exactly. There was no cheddar.
There was no cheddar.
Yes,
you get my point. So it is a totally different dynamics.
And scenarios are your coaching.
What I say, this is an election. Your friend is saying, and this is a former president. I will lose the election in 2016. This is an election. The two of them are coming from the northern part. Now me know George Kase. Bako say, I don't know the boy campaign was anti-man. I can't realize. Bako catch say, one of your winner or a north now between your 8 years. Bako says we ebenya 4 years into your 4 and 8. Now, is that the thinking of those in other areas? Or more Western region, what is their thinking? Or more Eastern region, what is their thinking? Central region, what they are thinking? Do they agree, say, the two northern candidates, Bakumetra 8 and also Bakumetra 4? In any case, that issue is even moot. Because our constitution mandate say, you are 4 years.
Until it is renewed.
Absolutely. Performance. Now, you are 2016. Otu forecast say madam say politicians no omunsuada wase no ohwe TV3 ana branch bi wote so wakasa kase me ye de kom ye toaba no e komani braso ne di tu jomama timoka kan tiro ru akufuado se ono so ba no so ama me bomode a enkoyi and it then you narrow beyond religious and ethnic factors, Now they are about the economy itself. Where I say economy, and your man a kumuno, a back press conference, miracles here say MPP and your mother bring yourself to Abama. And I mean, say minimum few will be out on. But I'm happy to announce you say gallon your 71 cities. When you coupon, I mean, you are no mambi. Nanya be move for George be omni e chemo mo no. It was to 71 na me to biara.
Me ba ya kura me to bi how.
Ala obufui.
Me ba no me ya me to bi. 13.89. I don't know the cheapest.
Any super ho.
Super.
Yenye odi ze kura di you. 15.8. 15.8 o. Enonti energy is the backbone or the soul of every economy. Now what on say? Not 2016 na yenye bufu yese John Mahama. Na memu ye fun tantan which I agreed. Say nye papa. Sa time ni e talk gallon no 14 cedis. Tie me o. And ye talk the same gallon no 71 cedis. Look at the difference. Your constitution so say or say electoral commission register more been modaho. 18 years and people of sound mind.
Yeah.
Yet you can't say only sound mind, people with sound mind, they make a sound determination.
And decision.
And in 2016, the sound minds for one can say, Ora Mahama Bayano, Nakufo Mujan, a gala or no, our 4 cities. And then I will time the call 14 yebetu and you too no. And did you believe for a moment, say, sound mind for no ebe mistake, say, any year, every from 14 to 71. Or about me our chance.
I sound mind for need to one more help.
It is sound
mind for me to answer.
Election way for Alan to lose. Take it from me.
Alan to win.
It is for him to lose, sir. Or not because Ojeja and also Melusu. Because the part of one based on the indicators of our system, based on where the population, the numbers are. So I say the NPP made a fundamental mistake. Thinking say all things being equal, the moment that you candidate Biano, irrespective of where the person is coming from, no, the strongholds will automatically align. That was a fundamental mistake. That was a disaster waiting to happen. And it was once again, Kwame Appiah Kubi, and I know journalists for if you say Krumbesen call Oracle for Emmanuel yes, on your declaration, and I said your friend's endorsement.
Kessben.
Because that time now Ogra Baumia could regime 13 days, also or 15 days. Out of the 15 days, was spending a whopping 13 days. Sika close to 150 million Ghana cedis. And so response rate, is so bad. Kofwe beji t-shirt omudu kwanswa no mauro no muhuru omu. Ene mana kofa bai. And Tiayama Ashanti region, it is no more the stronghold of the MPP. Take it from me.
Oh, Samo.
Yes.
I about to away.
Abawe yan tunye no. Yani ya 2 walks our region. Alan Kodi almost 18 days our region. Ya market tour, ya meet and greet, ya caravan, and ya community engagement our Ashanti region in. But there is nobody in the MPP who is more connected in Ashanti region than Alan. Nobody, not a single soul. Who they manipulate, in terms of family size, there is nobody. And it's the Alan factor will be the determining factor.
In this election.
Each time they will start free where the backgrounds of these 2 candidates, where they are coming from.
Yeah.
As for Greater Accra, and NDC and they fighting for the votes. NPP is out of the race.
And Greater Accra.
Domekra, they are struggling.
Domekra,
yes. The last time my boys in the quick survey, I was surprised.
Kessben.
George wants to say, "Oh, miracles by Casa walking as I said, yeah, by AC to see one. Domekwa Benya, not yet a tumima votes in the dorsal, the Christo Asafo factor.
Yeah, which is true, which is a fact. I for Papa.
Well, me say my extensive research. Look, there are so many NPP members that they will vote against Gabo. Oh yes, take it from me. Me can't drop me. And in Alan, present any parliamentary candidate. Dome. So I don't actually have any interest in the parliamentary elections. But I can tell you, presidential, they will vote massively for Alan. Massively. And that is offer a constituency like Adenta. Adenta is the reason why people are not even voting for Urabaumia.
Oh, are they?
Now, Obia want to mean convention on one Kunta Man and MPP. How do you follow such a candidate? Adamu Ramadan, Onya Baumia Kunta.
Kessben.
Adamu Ramadan, Onya Baumia Kunta. Now, Mr. Speaker, who contest election, Mema Kunta no. Na se menje wuni na enu ntime se me supporto na mwalea. How would people see you?
Now it's for mama.
And it misuma kozi pa. omo diskan be ma Adamu ama na koye campaign omo le tu ya abo abiasa mo free so
yeah Uncle YB
Samira mo le co sponsor ni nua beba blood is thicker than water to mo YB free so
I'm George Hano Hill.
George say. Anything the American say, more be a journalist be uncle Jambia say, side election we follow the usual pattern. One, because the candidates now what the two leading parties in the past, or my fundamental mistake.
Okay.
The parties have done a fundamental mistake. Choosing Bawumia in terms of his religion, in terms of his area, in terms of his competence, in terms of credibility, in terms of character, it is nowhere near Alan. And John Mahama is a former president. On the scene in the year 2016. So the only candidate standing at Ghana for Shana said, China, Yawuko Twaba, what's a Yamaidi? There will be a serious storm in this country.
There will be a serious storm in this country. 9:45. High Kessben 92.9, Kessben 93.3. Me badi Orobo Namwale. So Sharif Eddie Abawa say good evening, Mr. Speaker, and your team. You guys have done a yeoman's job. Election Avenue is everywhere. Thank you for a message. Attack in cancer Eddie Abba. Or say Mahama Jai Kasano, it won't win you the election. Thank you. Listowal Ajiman say good evening, Mr. Speaker. It's possible. Thank you for a message. Awadiaba and Umrei. Joshua Pepra Minta Ediaba. Good evening to you, Mr. Speaker, and God bless you for the good work done. Yourself and your team have given us the numbers game. Thank you so much. Beda say Samuel Eklu Ediaba, John Dramani Mahama all the way. I can see Ewa Ediaba, taxi driver, or say. In deep thought, it is possible, and indeed, Dr. Bawumia will lead in this race. Haruna Abbas, Eddie Abbas, John Dramani Mahama is winning. Samuel Atapoku said, good evening, Mr. Speaker. Indeed, it's possible ahead of tomorrow. May that say, ne o message, Sami, what's sending me brave. Now, Bariku Ede Abba Nebia or say good evening, Mr. Speaker. Vote number 1 for Dr. Alhaji Mahamoud Bawumia. God bless you and your team, Kessben. You are airborne and you are everywhere. Junior Kwame Eugene Ede Abba or say number 12 all the way. God bless you and God bless Ghana. May that say or say Nana Kwame Cheddar na Kwame Diakon for my vote. Do or die tomorrow. Cheddar is winning. Thank you for a message. I would ban or say still it is possible. Ata poku makai message no dada. Bamin kind crofo cancel Eddie. We say good evening, Mr. Speaker. Eric King Konedo Eddie. But good evening, Speaker. Kindly tell us the party that controls those populated constituencies you have mentioned. Eric Sawutiemia Medesa analysis nina no ebaye. Frank Boama Eddie Abba. Good evening, Mr. Speaker. JM Afa all the way. God bless you and your team. Yakubu Eddie Abba Edumre. Yakubu Jalo said it's possible. Mashallah. We are watching keenly what will happen tomorrow. Thank you. General said, good evening, Mr. Speaker. Shameless people, NPP, never again. We are voting against them tomorrow. Thank you for a message. No, Nana. Kwabena Manuel Eddie Abba or say campaign is over, so why the party colors at the background during the address of Miracle Abuaje? Thank you for a message with Abba. I think it calls for concern though. Bodyman Eddie Abba Edmond or say good evening, Mr. Speaker. John Dramani Mahama all the way, and indeed he shall return to power to rule this country. Never again will we go for the corruptible NPP government. Thank you. Muhammad Jamil Eddie Abba or CJM Afa, Mr. Speaker, you and the team are doing a wonderful job tonight. God bless you. God bless you too. And a couple of messages are Mode Abba and no Pacho ko Facebook no eso Kessben TV streaming live. Na fa messages ningina no ebra. This is Election Avenue on 92.9, 93.3 Kessben TV live across the country. We are bringing you live update from across the country. Na mamemra lawyer na mwale so na mintie wonon so wahwe figures no ye put it out with a press conference no the NDC's preparation ahead of Ochina Anopa. Honorable mamintio.
Mr. Speaker. Oka ubo mi da lo ade kan open na wa ma Mintmin fa and twist nyama.
Oh za.
Ma me kan okura trudu. Miracle Abaji Ekasano.
Yes.
In fact, real way. Because we say MPP fire very desperate. Now the promo no we see Dr. Baum Baunani Babekasa or be press conference. And yes, I'm catching.
Dr. Baumia de Okowale.
So the Dr. Baumia Waka chess so be press conference. You on the eve of election, you still lying to the people of Ghana. Why? You knew you were not coming. When him trodo say oh ma. No one confront press person Dr. Baumia ni amanfo Babekasa. Miracle Abaji so ba ya wa be hwe nu trodo say we hwegu we hwe MPP campaign egu. Onim either he's misleading Ghana, he's lying, or he doesn't know. Even that is wabon. Because Ghana has said no, your constitution and my own quite say we have dual nationality. And then play basic Ghana say now in London, America, baby, all we are American citizens, UK citizens, European citizens.
Abu passport.
Abu Ghana, Abu say Ghana for on Babe to Aba, on dual citizenship. And say me fa NDC card paper. Now me call chira dear UK how they are going to vote. Is it a crime? And I just say to go down. Omo Ghana for omo look. Yeah, anopa 6 o'clock and say we border no. Me say that so yeah. But first in Ghana border. Me say still that so hard man. You two and numeracies. Yeah, you bring anopa 6. Could you understand the number of people are echo to go juma. Ghana for ko edmo Togo. Enya the kitu akra. And Ghana for Togo. Ukwasi Gambe hon man. Ghana for one more mu adwuma. Omo hide down hon no. Enya the kitu. Enti say NDC for hon mo. Na omo amadwe say, oh, brand ebe say how to vote and so say na. Ya check for bebre kromo ase how to vote and go to ya print papers no. And ya dey check for there. Na me rekabo agi see Onim say it which says man so sad. Going to Togo doesn't you are going to teach Togolese. You are going to teach Ghanaians living in Togo. Ghana for omo teach Togo no. Omo ne yeka ko kire wan ade. You arrested the person say okuta ballot paper. Don't be paper no. Yedi kokomotasi 8. And okuta akachi omo parliamentary candidate paper no so. Also, we say that so if the person is showing this thing to going to Togo to go and show the people you come and tell me the person has committed a crime. Whilst you have dual citizenship in Ghana, Musi Mufanu go school.
Ever when go school?
America, for you to go and know what citizenship is. Because you are speaking for a parliamentary, a presidential candidate. So also him there. Also him there. Na engu huan masi menya George accuse min kasa wie na se me mama action o kasa ba say 20 minutes o say o kasa no George o kasa no you accuse your mama without providing lead of what he has written on his Facebook wall.
Yes,
you should have given lead, but you just condemn him and condemn him the typical modus operandi of MPP. On be kan sema gusu anya no kro but on kan sema kan oh no I got say
Kessben
by near bugu amemra near project you know
figures
fortunately me kan wasem but we producer catch me say ni nyina the electoral commission
from the day
that pictures now colors somewhere is misleading. You cannot tell me Ashama is not NDC stronghold. Ashama. MPP has won Ashama once. The year 2000. Do you know what happened? Lawyer Agbesi moved from the NDC and went independent. And on just say, so the NDC divided their votes into 2. And now Akwano Honorable Tay FM 50 or no. The MPP has never been seeing the taillight of any NDC election in any national election in Ashama.
So the second most populated constituency, and most stronghold. That is Ashama.
Yes.
Okay.
So how can the electoral commission give this bias colors? or the yet they bring microphone so was MPP for no so lose so send man kiti we say you know modi ba na omodi e brim microphone so but make sure because the MPP stronghold. Let me tell you something. It is the stronghold of MPP because that's the time the MPP has been overhyped. You hype warm. So when the fundamentals are weak, that's why they got. But let me tell you that it has changed. And some strongholds have changed. Some strongholds have become swing. But I'm telling you, sir, for the first time in the history of Ghana, all the strongholds of MPP is going to fall.
I see. It's
going to be swing states, swing regions. Apart from Ashanti region, where typical, but Ashanti region, I'm telling you for the first time, NDC will cross the 40% line.
I see, 40%.
I'm telling you because there's now social media. Gone were the days when we don't have any radio stations that are doing MPP Kotoko, MPP Kotoko, MPP Kotoko. Oh, the same name. Now him 1992. Na me tiboga me beto aba wakra na ye wini ye. Na me san tika mu na me kuta flag do from Accra sa. Me ba be du Kumasi pe na ejira ye. Na me yi flag ni nyina. Sisa mata de nyina. Ay. Na me fa Kumasi boko. Ye fi ajuso no kono. Ye be ko titi ma na me see ye na me san de be flag ni we say to. That was those days. But now sisa. So Mr. Electoral Commission, what to put a good microphone is so last minute to call us to so by we wow Shashama who say a swing state, a swing constituency. Abba Ashama and your swing. Tashi and your swing. Tashi and your swing. And let you cuckoo, yeah. Let you cuckoo.
Let you cuckoo. Wait me fathers because no labor say in Swaba. Your friend is
Akita.
That be a Okuboy so by
Okuba two.
All is they be on interchange.
No, Tashi no, they don't repeat. This is the first time. Yeah. Either you lose the primaries or you lose the mail. I say when we should Adenta
yes.
Not a record on Saturday here. I came and then got three.
You broke that.
You want to cement it like that?
It is still swing, but this time
so free on
so I defeated me by 1,600 votes.
Yeah.
But the thing is that the NPP always wins that because when we are divided,
exactly.
When the NDC is divided, but when the NDC is one, we win. Oh, Osu, we work like I say, but Zinato. 2 times.
That constituency is a difficult one this time round, right? Tell me no.
We don't win that. I do man tell win it twice. Apart from that, no, NDC nkwa. Ododo MPP are winning once. Manti omunka. Electoral Commission.
Ododo is not in the top 20 populated constituencies.
About Okola yellow say Okola na Franto. Baby you can say na Franto.
And that's Franto ye be sweep.
Electoral Commission. If you tell what to go for say enye you it will not work. Look, say election we say no. I'm telling you.
Kessben.
Look, there is going to be tsunami. Say Ghana for we attack no because mama Ghana for bre. Nipa de sachet le kotokoma ni nsa nsisi kaso. Ye tumi kwa yie. Yes, ye fan sapan enko na otwe. Enti ye obi wu a na otwe na down na otwe we kono amafo doji ntumi kono oh na me ko we say bi we say ansem bia ba bi ntimi ni on we so oshedem because it can be in your oh enti Mr. Electoral Commission ni ama project mu de Kessben nya mu data do ba yo mu de data do so na mo hwe na
data do ho ni
but I'm telling you say things are going to change.
Okay.
Because social media is there. Nkofo ehun nukure no. Look, I'm telling you, this mainstream media no. Munhwe ni yo. Because akakra munze na say yes BBC kapa amafo jahwe.
Yeah.
Oh UK. Amafo jahwe. Because en trono adoso. Uhu ade say yes onya sa. Obi agala mu eche aduane. Wa wonu atare se na de no o. Now, also say, oh, nyamia. Oh, but social media, they are better.
Okay.
I don't know. Eti Mr. Mika. figure stronghold this particular election no your friend Chudami ebedani ni ma bebre ma bebe mu say stronghold no bo say ya dalutu no.
Very well. May I say, it's exactly 10 o'clock on the dot. Because last round, you wrap it up now, yes, you're sorry, so you're best about Ahomachi, and just stay with us. Now, maybe George, so George, Maminchi, quick one on your rebuttals. Now, a closure of the border, is it really necessary? I mean, few hours to elections. Now, your inland borders, you see your tomb. With immediate effect, you may be a joke because you are dead. I mean, why some of these decisions coming from government?
Speaker.
Yes.
Kessben.
Nabo na mole can simbi. O say Dennis Miracles e twantro. Isanse obeka say Dr. Baumia na ebe kasa. Mr. Wan kan.
Yeah, try your mama why na kasa gumai.
Wan kan sa
promo.
Wan kan sa say Dr. Baumia.
What promo?
That wan kan say Dr. Baumia na ebe kasa. Wan kan say Baumia.
Ya kan say Baumia press conference.
There be.
Any
press any first one about
Kessben for one country. One our best can was.
Oh, Kessben, come to my age.
I'm a flyer. I'm issue.
Kessben, come to my age.
We should disclaimer. Why? I have some more intro.
Kessben, they say NPP by a press conference. Me your intro. Exactly. So.
And what you
know? Dr. Baumia.
And what you know?
And yes, slip.
Honorable. When I was about to tsunami. Na wini ebi swing seat bi krampo ye strongholds ni ade. Na about to we nso na ye about to a fukura magana ni bia so make decision. Essence about to no is between the two political parties NPP and NDC.
Anya no kra.
Obi andada. NPP ndi nkunima NDC ni bedi nkunima. NDC ndi nkunima NPP bedi nkunima. Now the man here then say the two leading candidates no omu nyina sabi your experience omo kakra. Former President Mahama in 2012 and oba say ento abaman. At that time when the manifesto by the manifesto no about 2012 no Bosha ne wom na 210 promises na ne wo. By 2016 na ye koto no so aba no waye mu 77 enunti enema yekoto aba onu penny the first sitting president olusu an election to opposition leader ebi si Ghana since 1982 sitting president otia konwa so wato aba olusu because obetna so no wa mo ne homodin ena nyame nso na meka the 2016 elections results no kire say former president Mahama wa mo ne homodin ntine ye pam no onu akasa ne kogina parliament Mrasebedwa and o catch the Ghana for say Ghana economy ni de sisi akra de atete apansam. In fact o yusu word be say yare nam no amanaka dompe ayo no anya me na mekai dompe nti nurses allowance otwam dompe nti teachers allowance otwam dompe nti ye da dum so mu 4 years dompe nti fuel shortage ukuta uka na unya fuel nto Dompeninti chokwa ne ade kira ade wo school na ebi ni ho. Dompeninti nurse fo wie school na enfo madwuma. Dompeninti teacher fo kira ade 3 years or the bibi by a friend pay card policy otu o maka 2 months. Dompeninti Ghana ambulance service eguye. Dompeninti health insurance eguye. These are the records of former President John Dramani Mahama. Ghana ni bia nim. Ghana ni bia no awani o obia nim. Obia nim kroma na yes because only light electricity na bi ni ho de be ye adwuma bebre say hairdressers adwuma guye tailor for adwuma guye weather for adwuma guye essence there was no electricity. That is the record of former President John Dramani Mahama. No say ya na ka so an election we ya na mesre kakra essence Ghana for aswo and o maso answer. At least
Judge my brother dey na so mama na
yanka say MPP by why bibia
so e di no o wie na the time no so no
yanka say MPP by why bibia na so ya we sit what the two now the compare former President Mahama no and no. now border ne so no MC border de afibia ye beto aba omoye na said na honorable kano story bi wo no ma omoye e na omoja bi omoye south no omoja north no omoja ha but this time around here omosi ba bia yentum tinton time yempe issue bia so bia kofa ha no be con transport foreigners no be kwesi da bi yenye na elections we enye fe Ghana ya to about we knife time aye be kunia na mebo
yeah
9 yenti atinka boni bia sisi Africa ha open country a omo democracy strong yetumi koto aba ye leader asembia ma na ya transfer fefa kama enunti we di eno ano no me hu se obi anso ameki comment bi ana so nka honorable etie on the way na wabo suit kama pa ya breast no die lawyer o ya breast no tumi call law school ya breast no man call law school he say a lawyer
over bada mwali
enye ni a ko bada no call law school ya ni ya breast kroni mu ajo kama we tumi adwene na bafo we tumi asua de nka sabi ni age adri nipa ahi ne tise ono a mutumi sa tena classroom enye se we nsua hwe law course dindin we tumi say kroni mu ajo fine atmosphere ni good enu nti honorable mensuru yenko yanim ense se yesan yachi so nti na say we upgrade you
but I say 5 after number 1 so Mamembra solo maminji on the border closure
but be engofo me say bi akosese movement for change in the MB before anomo akogina baby ama metro for the camera kosi so say omo 19,000 admire yo defect eko cheda la zade omo se omo ka se omo ko bibia ye be cho easily jose omo ko cheda la bi who obi o defect your social la tare ti enya no kre we are winning this election na you do say omo nim say demand there is no way obeto omo sunagu akofa sumi ashim no they will vote for your friend is Urala Nchama send here Mampon say let it not be said say Ashanti region denied Alan his presidency, and that was a very profound statement. And again we say and yet there ABC interested Kwabri East or the Bayern.
Yeah.
We was the questions or Mukwanya or Regu for the Cotton will take a catch up.
The most populated constituency in the Ashanti.
Almost the Mukwanya cry. Tom Kokasa Mundo Regu for the Cotton will take a Montomao people free. And Johanna was
one song.
So your own project policies.
And it's in a
Judge is also alone.
Judge, you saw your comfortable and opposition. Now, the woman is a Chinabaton. My member more than so. More than a dear, medium if he's a election we more and Kehunia. But esa ndipa adwembone we tirmunti no si etuma se disadvantage obia entimi mo obia ma na obia on sem fata so to aba ne bin ni so koto me matese Nigeria for na okroman you close to 3 million Nigerian population omnam ha party bi so kwa contract omno wa beto echina no ye be vigilant oba odie se o hwela onye sure se onye Ghana ni a manenka 1 2 3 4 Nigeria ni bie na otumi ka fo ni obeka foi watch no na se oba beto aba abra onye Ghana ni enti ekotia obia ini problem bia ewo ho
okay
na me dey twato no abeya ye kwa koto e kire nya asumwe besere obia regardless Ghana will still move on
okay
ya yini paku bako California kwa kope obie no obo betuma beje Ghana status e free ensem obie dum be chenye nye Burkina be nye Togolese bebia ye dru ye kandinia odi be ko bosha assassin so hwe ye kase yo IMF na mini George kase ne aye o man no emu eden ahokyera ba etuma apart from it two me hu bi da wo enye ahokyera pa this time obi a oferefo ofrewo a sika o busa no to say 30 cities 50 cities 100 cities na oyo ba kra dia bobo o say bo so to omo pa de ni ade utumi grieving you say
so look how policy
and the policy na wo nyina say Ghana force ahokyere no so na wan na betumi ama adwuma no adwuma no nyinaa ne owura lanchemanten a waka no the great transformational plan mu a yɛsi yɛba first 1.5 years no yɛbɛma mmɛbu no 3 million jobs nti bɛburu bi a wotie me visit www.3mjgh.com owura lanchemanten a wɔno no ɔyɛ digital man wɔde saa platform na ba sɛ kɔ upload wo CV sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ a ɔba no ɔkreti nnwuma no a wobɛnya bi a yɛnyɛ to whom you know yɛdeɛ no wo qualification sɛ wobɛtumi ayɛ ana ɛde yɛ adwuma na yɛmmɛyɛ the government of national unity yɛmfa afa ne afa nyina mebom private sector academia all the political parties ne yɛmfa mmom ne yɛnkyekyere Ghana ne ahotɔ mmerɛm na yɛmmɛbu no ɔmu nyae sɛ ɔmu nyina adwane kɔ Canada ne US ne UK ne yɛyi na mene sɛ akyina no heavens will speak for Royal Anchamanten na yɛbɛwie no ɛyɛ nyinaa yɛnkunimdie ɛnyɛ obiara na obiara ho ato mena wase.
But as Solomon also member of a year movement for change, Mame Emra, Honorable Namwale.
Well, Mr. Speaker,
Honorable,
it is not true. Say, Mama Ned, the first sitting president, will lose the election.
Kessben.
Jimmy Carter will lose the election when he had only 4 years.
Oh, Ghana had the account.
Donald Trump will lose the election. He had only 4 years. And I was saying, I be winning you.
Lawyer,
we say Ortega, President Ortega, will lose the election. And was the President Biom. Silva of Brazil, will lose the election. Echo prison. EBD President
China near
John Mama.
You born as winning as independent.
Oh, winning as independent can they also know President John Dramani Mama. Oluzu election. Obesa be the president. Biom ewo Ghana and we say. But the woman say, Tama Oluzu election no. Na me parliament. The last speech Rebecca was say posterity will vindicate me. Posterity is the judge. And I'm pam so. Time was pregnant then with the truth. And I got a four. No. I don't have to say, ma, and your mama they created do so. Mama they solve do so. And you know created do so. And in 2016 there was no do so because do so was solved around December 2015. So the whole of 2016 there was no doom so in Ghana. There was no doom so. Emma Baumiampo, I can say that was December 2015. If you have created, you have solved doom so, we will still vote against you because you are very incompetent. That's what Dr. Baumiaka against Mama. So Mama is the one who came and solved doom so. America no Dubai no odifi Dubai buy a cost $3 million.
Kessben.
No the transport buy from Western region to Ashanti region. It cost Ghana $50 million by MPP. Yadifi Dubai no $3 million. But Yadifi Western region they call Ashanti region no. It cost $50 million. Into bon go far. You know we say. Once almost I can say there was no chalk. That was a propaganda. Certain no almost did probably good mama so. There was chalk. There was even more than enough chalk. So mama no head Mr. no. So or MPP agent. So that was what they planned to make sure say they would disgrace the president of the Republic of Ghana.
What can you say?
I no correct. I'm telling you.
Just here the NPP.
Oh yeah, that can MPP no more.
Okay, no correct.
Wow.
Headmistress.
Oh yeah, people communicator. Oh yeah, people that woman congratulate mama no. Go and check. Go and check. And you congratulate secondary school, primary school, and yes secondary school.
Primary school.
It was a basic school.
Provided chalk no.
Now can say secondary school. Yes secondary school. Me you already go school. Me go for the penny o. School e what? Secondary school one we for the penny and St. Paul's technical. No technical school. Technical school no Kukurentu Kurumakasa. And for the penny e what border between Tafu and Kukurentu me. How am go school? Eti me class ma and your commercial school be so akim commercial we so all mo. Eti asa what can say you mami come kasa mami je we. Eti ejama man dey create doom so MPP for tro a omu di good so no e na man basa but this time around no posterity man will say mama obi a onimu de a obetuma solve the experience is as no obetuma solve Ghana problem mami bra border we say no Mr. Speaker
Honorable Mechi on the border closure.
Yes Mr. Speaker when him say MPP pay in a close border
Abatu
Afibia only MPP in a close border. No close only the eastern border. And the 1% ra. MPP close because Benjamin will say on close border no. And the other man is on close Makasu. And then for the first time this time the Nana Kufra Yadi. Say one close border no. Oh, lo and behold, and you may do as ya. Bam! We're close border no. The only difference is say this time no close all the four three borders no. We're closing but only my dear Bakon.
Kessben.
Oh, I'm about to about Omo Ghana fool. No, Omo me said the history of MPP no. Omo close border. Anybody so Omo nya wo mufie. Omo about beda and ra. Because only me say Kenny MPP to border no. Enti adura Omo di Omo akpele ni adade no. Wa oba ni fie.
I deliberately some of the train one mobile na.
Onya Ghana ni. Oba Obida hotel. Dabi Obida hotel. Obida hotel ana. Can hotel contain them? Obi akoni fie. O ye me bag kan say me koda me fie. Me kokofo dia me koda me fie. Obi abadi fie. Me edma otogo ba me beto abantem ni say MPP beto border num. Enti enra. Na me ba fie. Obi ankoto na aba. But solo o kan say bi. Ma me nche o. So far as the person's name is in the register,
yes,
he has to cast his vote. Then so also a foreigner, then you have to arrest him, give it to the police because you can't deny him of his vote. Then the police will investigate and then possibly prosecute him.
No, but the deal with media so to be prevented. What I was saying, they say ni para bada the didn't you know be no so. Oh
no, we didn't want to be to aba. We didn't want to be to. And people should not make mistake. Make me call invest to Nigeria. But I'm telling you, say Nigeria for ye won Ghana na almost minimum papa mu Ghana for bebre we have intermarried etian go for look papa president secretary no Asante Bedi to oni ni nye Nigeria ni Nigeria ni nkola no ya wo no akufo do ka oni Nigeria ba
omo wo mo abrocho mo Ghana for
Dabi. But they have a right to be Ghanaians and they have a right to be Nigerians. So once they have a right to be educate your followers. Say we have dual citizenship, and so be a Nigerian, papa a Ghanaian, and mommy a Ghanaian, or a Ghanaian. She has every right to vote. But so solo. Tribalism there me no nyadwen and religious politics so me no nyadwen because me for the first time in the history of Ghana Kenny Ebiti Asantini ewo Asante region which I was so happy anya Baumiani Ala I was so happy say Kwame Nkrumah effort to for unity yen destabilize yen crowd what to me aje am Ghana ni bia me
ba o krom onya sai election onya 100% was it tribal
and you we are
na Asante do mo
to we now Asante ni ba
chechiri conference ko mo je
ba be kom do mo we are and so we are ocha obia nkoto aba because Ghana nyani second independence obia nkoto everybody should go and vote Ghana nyani second independence but koto aba se ba ohia pupro ya abedore ye be ye fi ono odu sa se okotoko mu a ubenya sika etu koto ahwe be chine no wo never see you say get number one
madam was
chine no wo never see you za keke agbeda we da win tennis
zolo traseba beba body man Edmond Ediaba or say good evening Mr. Speaker John Dramani Mahama all the way Raphael Boateng sir good evening to you and your team vote number 1 for Dr. Bawumia Frank Boamase, John Dramani Mahama all the way, leading to tomorrow's election. Was it NPP thinks that Ghana belongs to them? A vote for Bawumia means an impedance. Thank you. Ken Dagati Ediaba. Good evening, Mr. Speaker. JM is winning tomorrow. Trust me. No two ways about it. Gabriel Aga Ediaba. Good evening, Mr. Speaker. Dr. Bawumia is going to opposition with his corruptible leader and boss. Thank you for a message, Adubofo Collins said, good evening, Mr. Speaker. NPP will win this election by 50.9%. Thank you. Lucrative Nunana Ediaba or say more fire, Mr. Speaker, and your team. James Frempong said, good evening, Mr. Speaker. Shameless NPP. How can Bawumia be president of our state after all the corruptible act? A vote for Bawumia means Ghanaians do not want to take away corruption. Boatinye do say John Dramani Mahama, let's all vote for him. Wode abandon. Pacho mo amoton credit card say wahano. Boatia do say, good evening, Mr. Speaker. The victory of Dr. Bawumia and the NPP never again. They are dreaming and it will surprise them tomorrow. Thank you. Azuma Ede Abba or say, good evening, Mr. Speaker. The corruption in the NPP is taking them to opposition. Ghanaians will stand firm for tomorrow's election and vote for John Dramani Mahama. Ebofanti Ediaba or say Kessben media be the best. You guys are on top of the competition. You are ahead of every other account station. God bless you and your team. Ebo Meda say or say change is coming. John Mahama will be next. Ken Daga Ediaba, Mr. Speaker, JM will win the election hands down tomorrow. Bet me, and you will be surprised. Adam Bonas, Mr. Speaker, the NDC is winning with majority in parliament, not just the presidency. Thank you. Hamza Zakari Edi Abba, the NPP and Dr. Bawumia should have been ashamed. God will punish them. Vote for John Dramani Mahama. But that's a new message, Bobby Emmanuel said, please, good evening to you, Mr. Speaker, and your team, and all the NPP is talking about. Chalk shortage is never true, but free SHS are equally suffering. What do they mean by that? Thank you for a message. What they abano. It is only 20 minutes after 10. Meeting the Kwame Appiah Kubi, Mr. Speaker. Highly grateful for staying through with us. Let's pause here. Na yemfa na yentry who DJs ne monyum kakra. We'll be back at exactly 5 a.m. Anopa ahomachi na yene washa asha sie ABM. And stay with the rest of our programs throughout the night. We'll be back again with the entire team. Free at 5 a.m. Echo na afe ya the report across the 276 constituencies plus 16 regions, and then the strong room or the collation center at the national level for the Electoral Commission, plus all the major press conferences political parties at the bebe ochina free 5 a.m. ahomachi econo yabema wetimi enya sa details enyina plus in-depth analysis anti-trusters say election avenue we will deliver on that side. Good evening, enjoy the rest of your night. We are grateful.
Kessben.